Please come in, pull up a chair, and let me tell you the story of a county and a man. The year is 1825. A new county is being carved from the lands of Wilkes, Oglethorpe, Greene, Hancock, and Warren. Its name will be Taliaferro. And in that same year, on that same soil, a child is born to enslaved parents, a child who will one day shape the educational and spiritual life of this county. His name at birth was David. His parents were sold away from him, and he grew up enslaved to his mistress. Yet even in bondage, David held two dreams close to his heart. He later wrote, "I was fired with an ambition for an education. I attended school in Augusta, Georgia, under the tutelage of Professors Siegfried and Roberts, who were white teachers. Having felt that I was divinely called to preach from 8 years old, and after I became a freeman, that call was made more sensible and clearer to me. I responded happily to it in AD 1869, which started my ministerial career." When freedom came in 1865, David claimed a new name for a new life, Derry P. Murden, often called DP. He would become a pastor, a leader, and eventually the president of the Missionary Baptist Convention of Georgia. In 1885, the Murden High School in Crawfordville, sometimes called the Crawfordville School, was founded in his honor. The schools of Taliaferro County. In 1915, rural school agent M.L. Duggan visited Taliaferro County for a school survey and photographed the schools. His report noted 19 Negro schools in the county. He omitted Springfield. 5-month school terms. Teachers were paid $18 to $30 per month. A 2-story Crawfordville school in good repair. Excellent industrial work on display at the county fair. A strong teacher institute led by Professor Stone, principal of the Crawfordville School. Schoolhouses about as good as those for the white children, though lacking equipment. Churches that were commodious, comfortable, and attractive, with schools often nearby. Derry Murden died in 1918 at the age of 92, but his legacy continued to shape the county's educational landscape. By the 1930s, leadership shifted to local school superintendent E.T. Portwood, who served from 1932 to 1957. He was followed by George Nelms, 1957 to 1963, and Lola H. Williams, 1963 until the school's closing. In 1934, Mildred A. Turner, a Spelman College graduate, was hired as a Jeanes Supervisor. She served until Muja Kendrick took the role from 1938 to 1940. The Georgia Archives Superintendent's Report for 1937 to 38 listed 20 Negro schools in Taliaferro County. By 1951, the state began consolidating these smaller schools into Murden High School. 3-year-old Marva Hackney wanted to go to school with her older siblings. Each day, the children walked miles, crossing Little River on a narrow log just to reach Springfield School. Her father, Miles Hackney, a school trustee, secured permission for Marva to attend at age 3. Marva attended Springfield from 1941 to 1951, before students began consolidating into Murden School. By 1955, all students were bused to Murden. Community schools like Springfield were repurposed. At Murden, Marva excelled, earning awards for scholarship, leadership, and service. In 1954, Marva represented Murden at the National Convention of the New Homemakers of America. She was accompanied by Mrs. Viola Brady, the chapter's NHA mother and mentor. Murden High School shaped generations of students through excellence, resilience, and community pride. In the summer of 1964, while the nation waited for President Johnson to sign the Voting Rights Act, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. launched SCOPE, the Summer Community Organization and Political Education Project. White college students were invited to live with Black families and help teach citizens how to register to vote. Taliaferro County received 4 SCOPE workers: Candy Weber, Seattle, Washington; Judy Van Allen, Berkeley, California; Richard Copeland, Oregon; Father Joseph Cooney, Washington, D.C. During this time, Black students who had registered to attend the all-white Stevens Institute discovered the school had been abruptly closed. White students were bused to neighboring counties, while Black students were denied transportation. When Black students attempted to board the buses, The Georgia State Patrol turned them away. Still, the students persisted. They marched for weeks. Their courage drew national attention, even from Canadian newspapers. Dr. King came to Friendship Baptist Church to speak and show support. Reverend Hosea Williams, Willie Bolden, and other civil rights leaders joined the marches, along with students from Lincoln County. The school was placed into receivership. State Superintendent Purcell took control. In Turner v. Goolsby, the court ruled it illegal to use public funds to bus white students to other counties while refusing to bus black students. Purcell ordered surrounding counties to accept black students, leading to integration with Washington Wilkes, Warren, and Greene counties. This was also the year Murden High School's name was changed to Taliaferro County High. But the students were not finished. The school remained 100% black, while the school board remained 100% white, appointed by a grand jury from which black citizens were excluded due to discriminatory rules about land ownership and fitness. Parents and students fought back, all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. In Turner v. Fouche, argued October 20, 1966, decided January 19, 1970, the court struck down Georgia's method of selecting jurors and, by extension, school board members. The ruling forced states to adopt elected school boards rather than appointed ones. 10 years later, in 1975, Boston used the same strategy pioneered in Taliaferro County with one twist. They prevented the old school board from regaining control, and they won. The moral of the story: when students unite, they can change what is wrong into what is right. This is the legacy of Derry P. Murden. This is the legacy of Taliaferro County. This is the legacy of every child who dared to stand, march, learn, and lead.
In the summer of 1965, the Taliaferro County School Superintendent refused to renew the contracts of 4 of her educators. Principal Evan Harris and his wife Ann, baseball coach and teacher Calvin Turner and his wife Florence, which led to the students' walkout. When the students tried to integrate the all-white Stevens Institute, the school was closed and students were bused to neighboring counties, leaving the blacks to return to Murden or transfer somewhere else. They chose to turn the old log cabin into a freedom school. Rob Ellison captured the moment through his lens, and we were able to acquire copies from the Wisconsin Veterans Museum, Madison, Wisconsin.